Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Jessica Jukic. After Damar Hamlin's on-the-field medical emergency Monday night, it's been raising awareness about life-saving skills. Cardiac arrest can happen to anybody, even if you're healthy, but with proper CPR techniques, death can be prevented. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi spoke to a health expert from Aspirus to learn more. Mohammed?
That's right, Jessica. This life-saving technique can be the difference between life or death. While there's many symptoms that can cause it, it's important to take action before it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen to anybody, and it can happen to people who think they're perfectly healthy, too.
Cardiac arrest occurs when the heart stops beating suddenly. Aspirus Medivac Education Coordinator Sean Pillar says there's a number of factors that can cause it.
I mean, you could bleed out in a trauma. You would go into cardiac arrest. You can have electrolyte imbalances. You can have a heart attack, which is a thrombosis blocking your arteries.
According to the CDC, approximately 70 to 90% of individuals who suffer out-of-hospital cardiac arrest die before reaching the hospital.
You need to do CPR to keep all your organs alive, to keep your vital organs alive at least. And without that oxygen moving around, everything dies. You know, we all need oxygen, we know that. And without that oxygen being circulated, you die. The AED, the defibrillator is important. You don't always have access to that, and that's why CPR is important. And that's why I emphasize that.
If you see somebody experiencing cardiac arrest, you need to act quickly and call 911. If you don't see an AED nearby, start applying pressure to their chest.
Worst case scenario, if you don't know what to do, push hard and fast on someone's chest, and that'll be sufficient to help can arrive.
Pillar recommends that everyone should learn how to do CPR because with the few chest compressions, you can save a life.
And that's just not as a CPR instructor. That's just because if I keel over somewhere, I hope somebody can help me, you know. I think everybody should learn CPR. It's not a bad thing to learn. It's not hard to learn. And you never know when a loved one might have that cardiac arrest.
Here are some CPR tips from the American Red Cross. Before starting CPR, check the scene for safety, sizing up the scene, and use personal protective equipment. If the person appears unresponsive, check for breathing, life-threatening bleeding, or any other life-threatening conditions. If there is no response, call 911. Place the person on their back on a firm, flat surface. Give 30 chest compressions, followed by 2 breaths. If there is an AED nearby, use as soon as possible. Fire departments and hospitals all have CPR courses available. Aspirus says if you're interested in learning how to do it, contact your local first responders. Jessica?